Can we really talk with God? Will He answer? Excerpts from How You Can Talk with God by Paramahansa Yogananda. The average man prays to God with his mind only, not with all the fervor of his heart. Such prayers are too weak to bring any response. We should speak to the Divine Spirit with confidence and with a feeling of closeness, as to a father or a mother. Our relationship with God should be one of unconditional love. More than in any other relationship we may rightfully and naturally demand. God is constrained to answer such an appeal, for the essence of a mother is love and forgiveness of her child, no matter how great a sinner he may be. The relationship between mother and child is the most beautiful form of human love that the Lord has given us. A definite conception of God, such as that of the Divine Mother, is necessary, otherwise one does not receive a clear response. And the demand for the Lord's reply should be strong. A half-believing prayer is not sufficient. If you make up your mind, He is going to talk with me. If you refuse to believe differently, regardless of how many years He has not answered you, if you go on trusting Him, one day He will respond. I have written an autobiography of a yogi about some of the numerous occasions on which I have talked with God. My first experience in hearing the divine voice came when I was a little child. Sitting on my bed one morning, I fell into a deep reverie. What is behind the darkness of closed eyes? This probing thought came powerfully into my mind. An immense flash of light at once manifested to my inner gaze. Divine shapes of saints, sitting in meditation in mountain caves, formed like miniature cinema pictures on the large screen of radiance within my forehead. "Who are you?" I spoke aloud. "We are the Himalayan yogis." The celestial response is difficult to describe. My heart was thrilled. The vision vanished, but the silvery beams expanded in ever-widening circles to infinity. I said, "What is this wondrous glow? I am Ishwara, the Lord. I am light." The voice was as murmuring clouds. My mother and eldest sister Roma were nearby when I had this early experience, and they too heard the divine voice. I received such happiness from God's response that I determined then and there to search for Him until I would become wholly one with Him. Most people think there is only darkness behind closed eyes. But as you develop spiritually and concentrate on the single eye in the forehead, you will find that your inner sight is opened. You will behold another world, one of many lights and great beauty. Visions of saints, such as those I saw of Himalayan yogis, will appear before you. If your concentration goes still deeper, you too will hear the voice of God. Again and again the scriptures tell us of the Lord's promise that He will communicate with us. "And ye shall seek me, and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart." Jeremiah chapter 29 verse 13. "The Lord is with you, while ye be with Him, and if ye seek Him, He will be found of you, but if ye forsake Him, He will forsake you." Chronicles 2 chapter 15 verse 2. "Behold, I stand at the door, and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and will sup with him, and he with me." Revelation chapter 3 verse 20. If you can just once break bread with the Lord, break His silence, He will talk often with you. But in the beginning it is very difficult. It is not easy to become acquainted with God, because He wants to be sure that you really desire to know Him. He gives tests to see if the devotee wants Him or something else. He will not talk with you until you have convinced Him that no other desire is hiding in your heart. Why should He reveal Himself to you if your heart is filled only with longings for His gifts? God does appear to us in physical form. He is more personal than you can imagine. He is as real and actual as you are. This is what I want to tell you today. The Lord is ever responding to us. The vibration of His thought is constantly being sent forth. This requires energy. The energy manifests as sound. There is a very strong point here. God is consciousness. God is energy. Talking means vibrating. In the vibration of His cosmic energy, He is talking all the time. He has become the mother of creation that materializes herself as solids, liquids, fire, air, and ether. The invisible mother is continuously expressing herself in terms of visible forms. In flowers, mountains, seas, and stars. What is matter? nothing but a particular rate of vibration of God's cosmic energy. No form in the universe is really solid. That which appears so is merely a compact or gross vibration of His energy. The Lord is talking to us through vibrations. But the question is, how to communicate directly with Him. That is the most difficult accomplishment of all, to talk with God. Though God hears all our prayers, He does not always respond. Our situation is like that of a child who calls for his mother, but the mother does not think it necessary to come. She sends him a plaything to keep him quiet. But when the child refuses to be comforted by anything except the mother's presence, she comes. If you want to know God, you must be like the naughty baby who cries till the mother comes. If you make up your mind never to stop crying for her, Divine Mother will talk with you. No matter how busy she is with her housework of creation, if you persist in your cries, she is bound to speak. The Hindu scriptures tell us that if for one night and one day, without a moment's interruption, a devotee talks to God with intense devotion, He will respond. But how few will do it? Every day you have important engagements, the devil that keeps you away from God. The Lord will not come if you just say a little prayer and then start thinking of something else. To coax Him to give Himself takes steady, unceasing zeal. Nobody can teach you that zeal. You have to develop that yourself. You can take a horse to water, but you cannot make him drink. Yet when the horse is thirsty, it seeks out water with zeal. So, when you have an immense thirst for the divine, when you will not give undue importance to anything else, the tests of the world or the tests of the body, then He will come. Remember, when your heart call is intense, when you accept no excuse, then He will come. You must remove from your mind all doubt that God will answer. Most people don't get any response because of their disbelief. If you are absolutely determined that you are going to attain something, nothing can stop you. It is when you give up that you write the verdict against yourself. The man of success doesn't know the word impossible. Faith is the limitless power of God within you. God knows through His consciousness that He created everything. So faith means knowledge and conviction that we are made in the image of God. When we are attuned to His consciousness within us, we can create worlds. Remember, in your will lies the almighty power of God. When a host of difficulties comes and you refuse to give up in spite of them, when your mind becomes set, then you will find God responding to you. God, being cosmic vibration, is the Word. God as the Word is humming through all atoms. There is a music coming out of the universe that deeply meditating devotees can hear. Now, at this moment, I am hearing His voice. The cosmic sound that you hear in meditation is the voice of God. That sound forms itself into language intelligible to you. When I listen to Om and occasionally ask God to tell me something, that sound of Om changes into English or Bengali language and gives me precise instructions. God also talks to man through His intuition. If you learn how to listen to the cosmic vibration, it is easier to hear His voice. But even if you just pray to God through the cosmic ether, if your will is strong enough, the ether will respond with His voice. He is ever talking to you, saying, "Call me, speak unto me from the depths of your heart, from the core of your being, from the very depths of your soul, persistently, majestically, determinately, with a firm resolve in your heart that you will go on seeking me. No matter how many times I do not answer. If you unceasingly whisper in your heart to me, O my silent beloved, speak to me, I will come to you, my devotee. If once you can get that response, you will never feel separated from Him again. The divine experience will always remain with you.